If you have a solar power system, you've probably seen this. It's a partly cloudy day, the sun pops out from behind a cloud, and for just a second, your power monitor goes wild, showing a spike that's even higher than on a perfectly clear day, right? It feels like you're getting this little power-up, a free bonus from the sky. But is that what's really happening? Let's dive in and find out.
So that brings us right to the heart of the matter for this explainer. That sudden surge of power you see on your screen, is it something you should be happy about? Just a nice little momentary boost for your system? Or is it actually a warning sign, a hidden stress test that could be pushing your expensive components right to their limits?
It really comes down to two totally different ways of looking at the exact same event. From one side, you have the simple view. Hey, free power, awesome. The clouds are making my system work extra hard. But then, you've got the engineer's view, which is, well, a little different. They see a rapid, super dynamic event that puts the entire system, we're talking everything from the panels to the battery, under a brief but really intense period of stress.
Okay, so let's start by breaking down that common understanding. I kind of call it the power spike myth. This is what most of us see on our monitors, and it's what most of the simple explanations you find online will tell you. But here's the thing, it's a totally incomplete picture.
So the story you usually hear goes something like this. Clouds move, the amount of sunlight hitting the panel, that's irradiance, shoots up really fast. Your smart MPPT controller, the maximum power point tracking controller, it sees this change and it tracks it. And boom, you get a power spike. The conclusion seems obvious, right? More sun equals more power. And look, that's not exactly wrong, but it completely skips over the crucial electrical stuff that's happening behind the scenes.
To get the whole story, we've got to go deeper. We need to look inside the panel's electrical curve. This is where we stop talking about the weather and start talking about what's actually happening with the electrons. This is the real engineering.
All right, first, a really key term we have to be clear on. Irradiance. It's just a fancy word for the amount of solar power that's hitting a certain area, and we measure it in watts per square meter. The most important thing to remember about irradiance is that during this cloud edge effect, it can skyrocket almost instantly, way faster than something like the temperature of the panel can change.
Now here's what's so interesting about how the panel actually responds to that. When the irradiance shoots up, the panel's current, that's the I, the actual flow of electrons, it increases like crazy, almost instantly. But the voltage, the V, it only goes up a tiny little bit. This is an absolutely critical distinction.
This all boils down to that fundamental power equation we all learned. Power equals voltage times current. So P equals V times I. Since the current, the I, is the thing that's rising so dramatically, while the voltage barely budges, well, that tells you everything. It's that huge surge in current that's almost entirely responsible for the power spike you see. So let's be clear, it's not a voltage surge, it's a current surge.
Now for the next big piece of the puzzle, your charge controller. We tend to think of our MPPT controllers as being these magical, instantaneous devices, but in reality, they're playing a constant, super high-speed chasing game with the sun.
Your MPPT controller is incredibly smart, no doubt. It's always hunting for that perfect combination of voltage and current to get the most power it can. But it's not magic. It can't react in real time to every single microsecond change in sunlight. There's a tiny, but very significant delay. We can think of this delay as a tracking lag window. It's a sequence of events, right? First, the sunlight changes instantly. That causes the panel's output to shift just as fast. But your MPPT can't keep up in real time. It has to take a sample, run a quick calculation to find the new sweet spot, and then it can adjust itself to match. Each one of those steps, it takes a fraction of a second.
And that short delay, that brief moment where the controller setting is just a little bit behind the panel's actual potential, that creates a temporary mismatch. This little overshoot, as the whole system plays catch-up, is exactly what shows up on your monitor as a power spike. It's really just an artifact of the system trying to keep up.
Okay, so if the spike is just a tracking artifact, what's the big deal? Why should we even care? Well, this is where we get to the real risks. See, the problem isn't the big number you see on the screen for a second. The problem is the underlying electrical stress that it puts on all your components.
And this is the most crucial point to get. The danger is not some massive, scary voltage surge. The real danger is how these rapid events can push your components, your controller, your battery, your wiring, much closer to their maximum design limits than they would ever get under stable, sunny conditions. So let's look at the first risk, the controller's voltage ceiling. We all know solar panels produce higher voltage when it's cold outside.
Now, if your system is already designed close to the controller's max open circuit voltage, that's the VOC rating, a cold day combined with one of these cloud edge events can briefly push that voltage right up against the limit. This is where having good safety margins becomes so important.
The second risk? It has to do with your battery. When that huge surge of current comes rushing from the controller, the battery's brain, its management system, or BMS, has to deal with it. If that surge is more than what the battery can safely accept at that instant, the BMS might just do its job and trigger a protective shutdown to save itself. It's not a failure, but it is a system interruption caused by that rapid change in power.
And finally, there's a more subtle long-term risk. Every single time that current surges, it causes a tiny bit of heating in your wires, in your connectors, in your terminals. Now, when this happens over and over and over again, cloud, sun, it creates thermal stress. That constant expansion and contraction can, over many years, slowly weaken connections and cause problems down the road.
So what does this all mean for how we should be thinking about our solar systems? It means we need to shift our focus. We need to stop just chasing peak numbers and start focusing on ensuring long-term stability and, most importantly, safety.
This really sums it all up. You've got these two competing mindsets. On one hand, there's chasing peaks, where the goal is to squeeze every single last watt you possibly can out of your system. Or you can have an engineering mindset of designing for stability. That's where you prioritize safety margins, and you build a system that can handle the messy, dynamic reality of a real-world, partly cloudy day.
So what does that engineer's mindset actually look like in practice? Well, it means that having proper voltage headroom on your controller isn't just a nice idea, it's mandatory. It means that sizing your fuses and your cables for these momentary surges, not just for the average conditions, is absolutely critical. And above all, it means you have to remember that solar energy is never static, it's dynamic, and your system has to be built for that reality.
And if there's just one thing you take away from this whole explainer, let it be this quote: "Stability margins matter more than peak spikes. A robust, safe, long-lasting system isn't defined by the highest number it can hit for 2 seconds. It's defined by its ability to operate safely and reliably day in and day out for 20 years.
And finally, we have to end with a really necessary reminder. Look, we're talking about complex and potentially dangerous electrical systems here. All of this information is for educational purposes. Please always consult a qualified professional for any design or installation work to make sure your system is safe and compliant.